All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Today is Tuesday, July 23rd, and it was Game 1 of the two-game Subway Series in the Bronx. Luis Gil back on the mound, trying to make it 2 wins in a row for the Yanks. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium,
New York City.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Tough night for the New York Yankees, who continue to struggle offensively as we approach the trade deadline just 1 week out. And the need to upgrade this offense could not be more obvious. Hideous, abomination of a lineup tonight. One of the most demoralizing lineups that I've looked at this year. Jahmai Jones in the leadoff spot. J.D. Davis back in the lineup at cleanup. Combined, they were 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts and 5 men left on base. J.D. in particular went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a double play. So, good night for him.
What is this lineup the Yankees are running out tonight?
I find it wild that these are the best options for a sold-out Yankee Stadium. 47,000 people in attendance for the Subway Series. $300 million baseball team. And that's the best you can run out there? Jahmai Jones and J.D. Davis? Guys, don't text me while I'm on the air. Jesus. Aaron Judge, Yankees' best hitter by far, got exactly 0 protection tonight, and because of that, he got basically jacked to hit. 4 walks. He did have an at-bat late in the game where he got something to hit, did not do anything with it. We'll talk about that. We've got some calls to play tonight. Thoughts on this lineup, particularly J.D. Davis in the leadoff spot. Absolutely pitiful. First Major League start for Carlos Narvaez. He went 0 for 2. We had a home run from Gleyber Torres, quite possibly the final home run that he will hit for the Yankees if the Yankees decide to move him at the deadline. Had another multi-hit game from Anthony Volpe, but he bounced out softly to third in a critical situation late in the game. I know the Yankees are searching for a leadoff hitter, and I've seen a lot of calls to put Volpe back in the leadoff spot because really that's when their offense was clicking the best, when Volpe was hitting at the top of the order. But I say you just leave him in the bottom half. He's looking more comfortable right now. Maybe someday he'll be back out there, but right now I'm comfortable with him in the 5, 6, 7 hole, somewhere around there. Verdugo had his 20th double of the season. He broke out of an 0 for 20 yesterday, so that's 2 days in a row with solid hits. But, maybe he's trending upwards a little bit, but didn't do much else. He was 1 for 2 with a walk, still hitting .231. You have to wonder if his job could be in jeopardy in the next few weeks. I'll talk about that more in a minute. More ground balls from DJ LeMahieu tonight in a couple of key spots. He continues to really hurt this team. Just a total wet rag of a baseball game. And it's brought my mood down. Yankees brought Aaron Judge up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth as the winning run. And you thought maybe we'll somehow sneak out a victory with this pitiful lineup, but we couldn't get it done. He struck out looking on a fastball in the inside corner. Took one right down the middle to begin the at-bat. So, just an ugly game. One positive, Luis Gil. I thought he threw the ball very well. Did not get deep into the game. One of the more encouraging things that we've seen from the Yankees as they try to break out of their funk is the reemergence of Luis Gil. He's been throwing the slider a lot more lately the last couple of outings. It's been very effective. He got off to a great start tonight. Struck out Lindor and Martinez in the first inning, both on sliders. Another 1-2-3 inning in the second. Mets didn't get their first hit until a double by Lindor in the third inning, but he pitched out of that jam. Another 1-2-3 inning in the fourth with a couple of more strikeouts. Fifth inning, though, he ran into trouble. He loaded the bases. He hit Lindor with a pitch to tie the game and pitched out of the jam, out of the bases-loaded jam. But that was it. He was done after 5 innings of 1-run ball. So at least a nice performance from Luis Gil. So he deserves a round of applause. We got some decent news about Jason Dominguez before the game. He is already taking batting practice. He could be playing in rehab games within the week. There was a report that the Yankees could possibly include either Dominguez or Spencer Jones in a trade. We had heard something similar from Bob Nightingale, but he's got a little bit less of a track record, in my opinion, of breaking news on trades and things like that than the guy who reported this, which is Jeff Passan. So it's definitely real. Anyway, he's playing in rehab games in a week. That means he could be fully ready to go at some point in mid to late August. You figure 2-3 weeks of rehab. I'm going to be so disappointed if they move this kid, especially if he goes somewhere else and starts hitting. He was crushing it in the minor leagues before he got hurt. He was hitting .356, OPS over 1,000. Yankees haven't produced a lot of young international stars in recent years. He could have been that guy, so he still can be. Just don't deal him. I think he might fit in nicely into the leadoff spot because the Yankees got to get somebody at the top of the order who can get on base. Jahmai Jones is not going to cut it. And what the hell is Jahmai Jones, a utility infielder, doing at the DH spot? I'd rather have a broken down Giancarlo Stanton, honestly, in the DH spot. You know? I'd rather let him get his slump out of the way than let Jones take any at-bats at all, ever. You're getting no production out of left field or the leadoff spot. Nothing out of third base. By the way, why wasn't Oswaldo Cabrera in the lineup today? He's had 2 multi-hit games in the last few days. Yeah, you got a lefty on the mound, but he couldn't break a window with his fastball. Oswaldo could have hit that guy. Jahmai Jones in the leadoff spot is just embarrassing. Volpe seems to be hitting better in the bottom half of the lineup. Yankees just flat out need a leadoff hitter, and I like Dominguez for the job. He's a switch hitter. He's fast. He takes pitches. And I think it would be a really interesting dynamic to pair him up at the top of the order with Juan Soto down the stretch. A guy to which he could be, similarly compared just in the way they, approach at bats. Very, very patient. Who would he replace in the lineup? Well, assuming Giancarlo's healthy, the only option for me right now is Verdugo. I know he had a big double tonight, booming double to left field. But let's face it, he has been a nightmare for a couple of months. So the point I'm making is don't trade the Martian. Let him come back in a few weeks and compete for the left field job, possibly the leadoff spot. And at the very least, you find out what you have in this guy. Don't trade him now. If you need to move him in the offseason. But I think he's going to be a great player. I hope they don't move him at all. I also wonder if the Yankees would consider trading Verdugo if he heats up a little bit over this week. You're not going to re-sign him, and a lot of teams are looking for outfielders right now. So, could be interesting. Got a couple of super chats here, 4 in fact. First one is from Beast Mode, who says, if they don't want a lefty hitter against a lefty pitcher, why bring Rice in to face a lefty? They should bring him in from the beginning. Agreed. I've always said I would rather have Rice against a lefty than J.D. Davis. Rice is just a better, younger hitter with more upside. Shane Johnson says, Yanks can't beat the Mets because sadly they are a better team top to bottom. Should be illegal. Grisham and Davis have jobs in the Major League Baseball. Appreciate it. William Flores says, J.D. Davis cleanup sums up the Yankees front office. Smarty pants. And then Craig M. says, Davis batting fourth instantly took the bat out of Judge's hands. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Let's get to the recap.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
Now, this was a pretty tight game. I mean, it was a good game. It was a good baseball game. Obviously, if you're a Yankees fan, you wish it worked out a little bit differently. Yankees did jump out front in the bottom of the second, courtesy of Gleyber Torres.
Track wall. See ya. Gleyber Torres has gone yard again.
It's Gleyber Day.
9th home run of the season. And with a week to go to the trade deadline, quite possibly his final home run in Yankee Stadium as a member of the New York Yankees. Mets tied it up on the bases-loaded hit by pitch to Lindor in the 5th inning, but Luis Gil avoided further trouble. Luis Gil, very good night. His final line was 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The offense didn't help him out much, but, he did his job, in my opinion. On the season now, you see the stats, 20 starts. He's got a 3.10 ERA, 107 and a third innings pitched, 124 strikeouts, so well more than a strikeout per inning. 50 walks, 1.08 whip, so just more than a base runner per inning. On track to possibly win the Rookie of the Year. Nice job. Michael Tonkin came in for the 6th inning against a team that's DFA'd him twice, and Jeff McNeil tagged him for a 2-run home run to put the Mets out front 3-1. Mike Francesa going to have a field day with that tomorrow. He's been calling for the Yankees to pick up Jeff McNeil because he thinks that his swing is tailor-made for Yankee Stadium, and I don't disagree, but he's hitting like 225 right now. After that, let's see, he's hitting, 225 with a 640 OPS. Those are basically Gleyber Torres numbers. So I don't know how much you're adding. I mean, you do get a lefty, a former batting champion, but, maybe a change of scenery works, but is a change of scenery across town really going to do the trick? I don't know. Verdugo smoked an opposite field double to bring in the Yankees' second run. Ben Rice pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th and almost hit a big 3-run home run to the opposite field. Harrison Bader ran it down. Nice catch by him. Luke Weaver came in for the 8th. I wrote 87th in my notes. That would be a record. It was the 8th. Anyway, Weaver loaded the bases and got out of it with a big strikeout. Big moment in the game. Clay Holmes worked a scoreless top of the 9th. Nice pickoff play to get Harrison Bader, but the Yankees went quietly in the 9th. Judge came up as the winning run, but could not get it done. Ben Rice grounded out to end the game, and the Yankees drop a tough one.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Lori C says that Mike Trout left his first rehab game with an injury. I read that it was just a flare-up of the surgically repaired knee, I believe. So hopefully it's just a little bit of inflammation and he gets back on the field. I love watching him play. Wayne Wilcox says, at least McNeil hustles. Well, you're not wrong there, but still, hitting 230 or 225. I don't know. Orbiter 2 says, you know what? Severino was right. He said the Yankees only had 2 good hitters, and you know what? They failed to prove him wrong. So,
Absolutely. Hey.
nice comment. Val in NY says, JD, just deplorable. The Yankees fans are the best. Internet's undefeated. James G says, Joey Donut Davis will save our season. And Peter Rex says, JD equals just dick.
Just a bit outside.
Bob Sherman says the Yankees can't get the big hit. It's been a problem now for decades. Decades, really. I mean, they waste runners in scoring position every night. Every night. It's like deja vu. Brady Coombs says at least the Orioles lost tonight. Also, so no blood lost in the division. Let me take a look at the standings real quick, and we'll walk through how the season is shaping up with exactly 1 week into the trade deadline. Less than a week now because the trade deadline is at 6 p.m. on the 30th. So the Orioles at 60-40 lead the Yankees by game and a half. Red Sox 6.5 back. Rays 9.5 back. 1 game over 500. Probably going to be sellers, but you never know. Blue Jays almost certainly going to be sellers. They are 45-55. There was some more talk today about Vladimir Guerrero possibly being traded. Guardians 60-40, 20 games over 500. They're looking for a bat. You wonder if they'd be interested in Verdugo, but they got Kwan out there in left field. Royals 56-45. Bobby Witt Jr. just having an unbelievable season. He passed Aaron Judge in WAR, passed Gunnar Henderson. He's shooting up. He's going to be one of the great players in baseball for the next decade or so. Twins 5 games back in the Central at 10 games over 500. Tigers 50-52. You're hearing more about Tariq Skubal. I will believe that when I see it. I don't think they're going to deal him. White Sox obviously awful. 27-76. They're probably going to make some moves. They could unload Tommy Pham. Astros 52-48 have pulled into a first place tie with the Seattle Mariners. Mariners' goal to win 54% of their games. They're a little short right now. They're about 2% short. Rangers, 49-52. There's been talk that the Rangers could possibly sell at the deadline. That would make things interesting. Angels, 43-57, 9 games out. And Athletics, 40-62. As we go through the National League, Phillies have a 9-game lead in the NL East over the Braves, who have been riddled with injuries. They just lost Max Fried. They just lost Ozzie Albies. Acuna's out for the year. They've just, Strider's out for the year. They've been just decimated by injuries. They were looking like they could be a juggernaut, but that just shows you it's very tough in baseball. Guys get hurt. Brewers 57-43. Even after trading Corbin Burns, they lead the NL Central by 4.5 over the Cardinals, who have heated up after a very tough start. They are 53-48. Pirates 51-50. Paul Skeens was great tonight. I didn't see if they won that game, but he was lined up to get the loss in the 9th inning, but he was tremendous. Cubs 49-53. They said they are going to sell at the deadline. Be interesting to see if they move Bellinger. Could be another option for that leadoff and left field spot if the Yankees choose to keep Dominguez. Reds 48-53. Dodgers 60-41. 594 winning percentage. So they're actually just barely ahead of the Yankees in terms of winning percentage with the offseason they had. Padres 53-50. I got a friend who's a Padres fan. Shout out to Brett. And he wants them to go for it, but he was telling me today that the Padres almost got Mark McGwire in 98. They could have had, actually it might have been 96, and then they would have had him for 98 combined with Greg Vaughn. Might have changed that 98 World Series a little bit. D-backs 51-50. Giants 48-53, and Rockies bringing up the rear at 37-64, but probably not going to trade McMahon, which is, I know, something a lot of people are interested in. So that's the way the standings are. Steve-O says the Yankees just DFA'd Davis. Is that true? Has that actually happened? If it is, that's fantastic. Breaking news. Let's get to some final thoughts because I have some voicemails that I want to play for you guys. I'm not going to be able to do a voicemail show in the morning. I have some stuff to do. I'm going to be directing Dodgers territory tomorrow, so I got to prepare for that. We're doing some behind-the-scenes stuff with Cameron Maben tomorrow, so I'll be directing that. That's going to be fun, so I'll get to talk to Cam. Cam is a great guy. We got the same headphones. Anyway, so I wanted to play a few voicemails that came in during the game real quick, and they're all about the same topic. So I'm going to play 3 short voicemails, and we'll talk about it. And I'm going to just find out for sure if the guy actually just got DFA'd. We'll see. But let's start with J.D. Davis.
Can someone please, for the love of God, explain to me why you have the best player in the world batting third on your team and you decide, hey, let's put J.D. Davis at fourth. What can go wrong there? Who's making these lineups? Who's smoking crack and doing these lineups, Derek? Aaron Boone needs to go. J.D. Davis and Jemai Jones need to go. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, do not smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack.
Hey, Derek, this is Joe again. I'm sitting here watching the game, and I know a lot of people are thinking the same thing, I'm sure. So first 2 at-bats, they're pitching around Judge because you got J.D. Davis batting fourth. You can't put anybody else there other than J.D. Davis, and then you got Jemai Jones hitting leadoff. Like, I know they got problems, but like this is kind of embarrassing.
Hey, what's up, Derek? It's Danny in Green Bay. So I think it's official. J.D. Davis has naked pictures of Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, and Hal Steinbrenner. I just cannot fathom why this guy is on the team. But in all seriousness, can you explain to me why? Is it just because they got him for virtually nothing and they just wanted more depth at the first base level? It's the only thing I could think of. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but they just got so many pieces of the puzzle to get. I'm hoping the trade deadline is, enough to get those pieces that they need. And they need to go back to playing baseball instead of home run derby like they have for the last.
Yeah, so apparently the J.D. Davis thing was fake news. But it wouldn't surprise me if he gets DFA'd when Giancarlo Stanton comes back. So Steve-O says it was, just Davis is JD, just DFA'd. It's a joke, not new. Oh, you got me. All right. That was over my head.
Smart motherfucker, that's right.
That was over my head. Yeah, we got to get Stanton back, and that'll be the end of J.D. Davis. But I think it's obvious to us, the fans, that J.D. Davis belongs, nowhere near the ballpark, let alone the lineup, let alone the cleanup spot. I wish I could explain what the Yankees see in J.D. Davis, other than that he was like hitting lefties decently towards the end of his tenure with the Athletics, but he is garbage, and it is time to take out the trash. We got another super chat here. We got some more coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and play these. D's channel says, do not place Jones, J.D. Davis on the lineup ever. Narvaez swinging for the fences, should have played Trent, Wells, and Rice from the beginning. The Earl of Demise says, when your manager sucks, that's bad. When your analytics department sucks, that's bad. When they both suck, you're the Yankees.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Appreciate the dono. And then he has a couple more here. He says, let's see, I think actually he left the same one twice. And then this one says, Yankees lineup as of late. Random, 1. 2 Soto, 3 Judge, 4 Scrub, 5 AA guys, 6 Trash, 7 LOL, 8 Catcher, 9 Washed. I think you got it right. I think you got it there. That seems to be about how the analytics department makes it up. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously a tough night. Obviously you got to do better against the Mets. This was a pathetic showing. Thanks to everybody who joined. Reminder to like and subscribe. We're here after every single Yankees game. We'll be here again tomorrow. No voicemail show tomorrow, so hold your voicemails, but we'll do one the next day during the off day on Wednesday, or Thursday. Sorry for that. So I will catch you guys then. Be sure to follow on all your favorite podcast platforms and all that good stuff. My thanks to you, and we'll see you next time.
Ball game over.